Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Dinosaur channel. This is your home on the internet for all things dinosaur and prehistoric. I'm your host Tall, and today we're going to be talking about the Troodon. But before we jump into everything you need to know about the Troodon and a quick dive on it, I want to remind you guys to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single video, because we're covering all the dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures within the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World universe. I would also like to request from you that you leave us a dinosaur-sized thumbs up and comment down below a dinosaur or prehistoric creature you would like to see us cover in the future. With that being said, let's jump into everything you need to know in a quick dive on the Troodon. So what does Troodon mean? It means wounding tooth. So where and when did the Troodon exist? Well, it existed about 77 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. It was one of the first dinosaurs found in North America, actually in Montana and in Alberta, Canada. And you might be asking yourself, what did the Troodon look like? Well, it was about 11 feet tall and weighed about 110 pounds. It was a very small bird-like dinosaur, theropod. The theropods are sort of those dinosaurs that we've talked about before that have that bipedal stance. These are dinosaurs like Velociraptor, T-Rex. It kind of ranged a lot. It was more of the predatory dinosaurs that had that sort of theropod bipedal stance look. The teeth were one of the most prominent features of the Troodon, which were different from those of other theropods, especially known at the time of their discovery, hence the name Troodon with that don at the end, that don meaning tooth. We've talked about that before. The teeth bore prominent serrations on them, sort of used for like wounding prey, so they were able to like bite and leave, and it would really do a lot of damage. But they're actually more similar to herbivorous reptiles like iguanas, so it's kind of odd, suggesting that they might have been more omnivorous than just strictly carnivores or herbivores. But we can talk about that more in the diet and behavior. Feathers is another debate about the Troodon. We don't really know if it would have, but other dinosaurs within its range, kind of sort of like similar body types and stuff, might have had proto-feathers, quill knobs, things like that. So it's safe to assume that the Troodon probably had something similar to that. They also possessed really large eyes, really good for either binocular vision or night hunting, nocturnal sort of behavior. And that's pretty much the body plan of a Troodon. That's what it kind of looked like. Let's talk about how it got famous, or if it's famous at all. So Troodon's not super duper famous. I can tell you personally as a kid, I remember reading about it a little bit here and there in books and stuff. It was definitely mentioned, and I remember always had that sort of tagline behind it, that it was the most intelligent dinosaur, or the smartest dinosaur to ever exist. It was featured prominently in TV shows and books, things like Planet Dinosaur, March of the Dinosaurs, The Great Dinosaur Escape, and Dinosaur Evolution. It's also been featured in lots of video games like Ark Survival Evolved, Jurassic Park Evolution, Jurassic Park the Game. It's been featured in a lot of Jurassic Park stuff, and even in the Lost World novel, Jurassic Park The Lost World, written by Michael Crichton. It is also going to be heavily featured in the new Jurassic World live tour. I actually got to see a preview of this thing in New York City, where there's going to basically be a Troodon named Genie, which is working alongside some of the scientists in Isla Nublar and kind of researching and developing certain elements of their program of interacting with dinosaurs. So the Troodon is about to take a really big part in the Jurassic World universe, and apparently everything that's in that Jurassic World live tour is supposed to be canon. So from all we know, Troodons definitely existed in Jurassic Park. In addition to that, the Jurassic Park Telltale game, Jurassic Park the Game, had Troodons featured in it. Now these were totally different looking than the ones that we see in Jurassic World Evolution and in the one that we're going to see in Jurassic World Live Tour. They were more maniacal and crazy looking with like black and white and pink stripes, and they had these giant scary eyes. Very uneasy to look at. These kind of look like little aliens. But they were featured in Jurassic Park the Game, and that's technically all supposed to be sort of like canon, so there's a good chance that they existed during Jurassic Park and during Jurassic World. But let's talk all about the diet and behavior of the Troodon. So the Troodon had really large brains for its size relative to its small sort of body. It was probably amongst the smartest of the dinosaurs. There are people out there that say that this dinosaur might have been able to exhibit human-like intelligence, or maybe even primate-like intelligence with real problem-solving skills. That's debated, and there's no way to really tell for sure, but we know for a fact that the dinosaur's brain was definitely big compared to its body. That also could have been a big part of its eyes, and why its eyes were so big, used for that nocturnal hunting, or just bringing in a lot of daylight, or all that brain power we used to kind of use binocular vision, making it a really powerful and efficient hunter. Troodon females laid 2 eggs per day over the course of a week or so, resulting in circular clutches of 16 to 24 eggs, so we have a lot of information about how they sort of bred and reproduced. Only a few of these eggs would have actually ever reached maturity. That's the reason for laying so many of them. The cool thing going back to the eyes about the Troodon is that they weren't set on the side of the animal's bodies, they were set forward. So that's one of the strongest proofs to tell us that the Troodon might have possessed really advanced binocular vision. This thing could have been a really scary thing to come into contact with back in the Mesozoic era, and I'm glad to be honest, that Troodon don't exist nowadays. I've always been fascinated by this dinosaur, and I'm excited to hopefully learn more about it if more fossils and remains are found in the future. But that's all I got to tell you about the Troodon. I want to remind you guys to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single video on this channel, because we're covering all the dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures involved in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, the franchise. I also want to ask that you guys leave us a dinosaur-sized thumbs up and comment down below a dinosaur that you would like to see us talk about in the future. And if you like us so much that you want to help support this channel and help us keep creating awesome content for you, you can send us some money in our PayPal. Link will be in the description right down there. You can shoot us some cash and we can keep making awesome dinosaur episodes for you. That's all for me, folks. Our next dinosaur is going to be the Carcharodontosaurus, an awesome dinosaur. We'll see you guys then. Goodbye.